Let me talk about the plan real quick. The Jeffrey Canada plan started out, the Harlem Children's Zone plan started out as a 10-year business plan. He called it a business plan. It's interesting because he's an educator. Anyway, it's a 10-year business plan, very detailed plan. It talked about what the charter school is going to look like, how much it's going to cost, where's he going to get the money, what the faculty do, what the teaching philosophy is, all this stuff. And then he had the most interesting thing about his plan, I think, is how he rolls it out. He decided he's going to take one block at a time in Harlem, get that block in shape educationally, and move out from there. And he's now at 100 blocks in Harlem. And he's now at the point where they're trying to take it and replicate it, like I said, through the Obama administration. Very successful plan. It's ambitious. It's aggressive. It has real improvements. And it has the nuance and the fingerprint of that specific institution. That's one of the things I really like about it. Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway has a plan basically written by Warren Buffett, right? And it's got all the basics that you'd expect in a plan, a mission statement, objectives and goals and things like that. But the really cool thing about his plan is it's built all around his investment strategy. His investment strategy, what he basically does, and the economists can go into more detail, but what he basically does is he determines the value of a company. That's what they're able to do. And when they find a company whose value is here and the market places their value here, he invests in it. Because he knows the market will catch up and he'll make money. And now he's a billionaire. So you can't argue with the plan. It's built around that idea, all right? The third one, Cleveland Orchestra. These guys have also a very typical plan in the sense that it has a mission statement and goals and objectives and things like that. But what I like about these guys, and the Fine Arts Department should take this to heart here, they have on the measurement of their outcomes side, it's super quantitative. I mean, this is a symphony orchestra. All musicians and artists, and they have this really nuts and bolts assessment of how successful. They count how many times they've been cited in classical music magazines, and they compare that Chicago and Boston and New York Philharmonic. They really track sales in European venues and things like that. Green Bay Packers. They also have a typical business or plan, strategic plan, but they do have one really unique element. They are a nonprofit. When you strip away all the glitz of the NFL from that company, it looks like a co-op. It is the strangest thing. There's only one team like that, the Packers. All the other NFL teams are owned by billionaires or corporations. There's not one team like that in the NBA, not one in hockey, not one in Major League Baseball. It's a nonprofit in a tiny little town. You ever been to Green Bay? Oh, a couple said yes. All right, so that's surprising itself. All right, that's a small town. There's like 110,000 people in the town and nothing around it, right on the coast of Green Bay. So it's an interesting model. Now, all four of these have widespread buy-in and collaboration. They've got this team buy-in for what they're trying to do and how they implement it. The Harlem Children's Zone, I've never been there, but you can see it in the video. If you watch documentaries on this, the collaboration jumps across the camera at you. Faculty are engaged, staff are engaged, students are engaged, parents are engaged, the community is engaged in implementing this plan. It's obvious that there's so much collaboration going on. Warren Buffett, he's all about kind of creating a family environment. He started his original company in Omaha with family members and friends, and he's carried that over into this big multinational corporation. Every year they get together in these big stockholder meetings in Omaha. Thousands of people show up. And it's, they eat ice cream. See, it's not what you think of as a corporate get-together, all right? Very family, type of place you want to take your kids or your grandkids to. Cleveland Orchestra. It's what you might expect from musicians. It's like the music. It's very dynamic. It's very up and down. But it is a cohesive group. It's legendary for having the music director and the conductor and the orchestra manager and the musicians kind of in this like fight, but all towards the same thing. And it's really created this kind of positive cohesion between them. Green Bay Packers is like a big community nonprofit. The players, a lot of them live in town. They have dinner with people in town. They have people from that town on the board of directors. It's a big collaborative effort. These four institutions have a comprehensive plan and complete community buy-in and collaboration on the whole thing. This is what Cerritos College needs if we're going to be a great community college, like Dr. Lacey said. And we're close, all right? We're very close. We have this one. We've got a great plan. Where's the checkbox? Come on. Oh, there. Okay. All right, we've got a great plan. I haven't read every student success plan in the country, but I've read most of them. Ours is head and shoulders above the other plans that I've read. It's literature-based. It's aggressive. It tries to look at real things like those prerequisites. That's a real project, right? That's not a fluff project. It has real projects. It has our unique fingerprint on it. We also have complete buy-in on the whole project. The plan was approved by the board, coordinating committee, faculty, senate. Before that, it was vetted through half of the shared governance committees on campus. It was written by, like Mr. Farmer said, 30 people from different constituent groups all over campus. Once it was adopted, it created a shell with those 5 circles, and now we've been pouring details into that shell. Those details have come from dean's meetings, faculty senate meetings. They've come from development ed, Falcon. They've come from all those unit plans, division plans. You get the idea. That it is us, this plan. So the buy-in is there. The question is this one. The collaborative implementation. It's hard to collaborate at a big institution like this, but this is the key, all right? This is the thing that can distinguish Cerritos College nationally. We've got the plan. We've got buy-in, everybody. You guys wrote the plan. Now we have to implement the plan. I think there's 2 things standing in the way of collaboration. All right? 2 things. Now, I'm not worried about them. We had a number of challenges when we were writing the plan. We got over all those. Collaborating, we have 2 challenges. The first one, I think, is trust. As we start implementing this, we've got to trust each other. Just picture any of these projects that I mentioned, any of the 35. You start implementing them, we're going to start bumping elbows, right? We're going to start going back and forth. These are hard things to implement. We've got to trust each other and be able to say honest things to each other in public meetings and know that we're not trying to hurt each other. We're not trying to get up on one another. We're all trying to become a great institution. Trust is a key thing. The second thing I think that we really need to focus on, and this is really all about you in some quiet moment deciding whether you're going to go along with this or not. You need to decide personally if you think Cerritos College can be the best community college in the United States when it comes to student success. You need to make up your mind about that. You need to decide whether this place can be that. With this faculty, these students, this administration, this staff, this board, this community, these buildings, can this be the best community college in the United States? Yeah, I agree. Now, let me remind you of those 4 institutions, all right? If I had said to you several years ago, do you think the #1 NFL franchise is going to emerge in Green Bay, Wisconsin? You would have said, hell no. How will they compete with New York and Chicago and LA? They'll never have the resources. The best orchestra in Cleveland? The cultural capital of nothing? How did that happen? You wouldn't have expected that, right? If I said, go find the best charter school in the United States, do you start looking in Harlem? No, you start looking in a high SES area. That's where all the great education institutions are supposed to be. No, you're wrong. The best charter school is right there in Harlem. Which one am I missing? Berkshire. Can you imagine when Buffett said to his friends, hey, we're going to be the #1 investment firm in the world right here in Omaha? These are examples of great institutions at the top of their game from the unlikeliest of places. You would not have guessed these would emerge in these places.